This is the type of image that you don't want. Something that is very, very yellow. Very, very yellow. This is what your image will look like if it is too blue and you end up looking like a Smurf. And here I am in custom white balance. Hello everyone, what's up, what's up? I'm Jasmine. If you're new here, thank you so much for checking me out. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already and turn on that little bell which is next to the subscribe button. That way you get updates on when I upload. Today's video is going to be all about white balancing. I asked you guys on Snapchat if you wanted to see a Mark's favorites or how to white balance, and an overwhelming amount of you wanted me to show you how to white balance. So what is white balancing? It's basically adjusting the colors so that way the image looks more natural. Here I am talking to you and I am trying to look the most natural, the most true to color as I possibly can. This definitely took me a lot of trial and error. I definitely had some videos where I looked straight up Oompa Loompa-ish, or I looked like a blue Smurf. And you know, there are times when you're gonna see your images looking either yellow or blue or green or whatever color except for its natural color, and that's because the white balance isn't set up accordingly. So I'm going to be helping you figure out how to do that, and let's get into it. There are two ways to set up your white balance. You can do it in camera, as I did just now, or you can do it in post-production. Now, in camera, most people usually do the auto white balance, and sometimes that works well, but sometimes it does not. And this is why I usually do a custom white balance, and I do that by using a gray card. I really like using gray cards like this with the 18% gray because it gives a really true depiction of my chocolate skin tone especially. If I had to choose between auto white balance or custom white balance, I will definitely choose custom white balance any day because it's more accurate. Of course you'd have to do it manually, but like this gets you close to perfect when filming video as possible, and that's why I like doing it all the time. So I'm going to show you the two ways on how to set up your custom white balance. The first way we're going to do it is in camera. The first thing you're going to want to do is make sure your lights are set up exactly how you want it. This is very, very important because once your lights are set up, you cannot move them after you custom white balance, or else you're going to have to custom white balance all over again. Moving the lights around can definitely change the look of your image, and you don't want that. Once your lights are set up the way you want them, make sure you go to your camera. Make sure you set your lighting feature to custom white balance. Now, there is a section where you have auto white balance, tungsten, halogen, daylight, sunny, cloudy, and there's also a section that says custom white balance. You want to make sure you select custom white balance. And there is a exposure section, and it shows you, how exposed or underexposed your image is. Make sure your exposure is set to 0 before you white balance. That way you get the truest depiction of gray or white or whatever it is that you are looking for. If you have a gray card, that's great. If you don't, you can use something that's white. Just make sure it's completely white, no stains on it or anything like that. You're going to want to fill your camera with it. So the only thing that's going to be on the screen is either the white, the complete white, or the complete gray. Being that I like to do the gray, I'm going to fill up my screen with the gray, like so. And make sure there's no black showing, just like that. So once you've taken the photo, you're going to go to the menu section of your camera. There's a section that says custom white balance, and it's going to show you the photo that you recently took. If that is the photo that you took of either the gray or the white card, you would select that, press OK, and you have just custom white balanced in camera. Once you've done the custom white balance, you can go back to the filming screen and you can adjust your exposure accordingly. Me personally, I like having my exposure 1 tooth below 1. I don't like having my exposure at 0 just because I feel like it's a little underexposed, although I can fix that during post-production. It's just that I'd rather not have to go through that, you know what I mean? You would definitely set your exposure however you like it. Try not to go above 1 because your image is going to be way too overexposed, and it's better to have your image underexposed than overexposed. Overexposure, you cannot get all those colors and definitions back. Underexposure, you can definitely tweak and work it out that way. Okay, so a very important thing is trust your eye. Definitely trust your eye and see if, you know, you are the color that you want to be on camera. Trust me, if your camera is saying that you're looking way too overexposed, even though, you know, in the back end it's not saying that, trust your eye and definitely trust your eye. I can't stress that enough. There are times where I didn't trust my eye and I end up feeling all crunchy at the end. Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Okay, so that's how you set up your custom white balance in camera. I prefer it this way just because you don't have to do so much work in post-production. But if you do forget to like custom white balance in camera, no worries. There is a way to do it in post-production and I will show you that right now. A tip that I have if you're trying to custom white balance during post-production is definitely have something either white or gray anywhere just to hold it up right next to you. So you can have something white right next to you like this, or you can hold up something gray right next to you like this. Once you've done filmed your scene or your video or whatever you have, then you would go into your editing software. Now I use Final Cut Pro X. I don't know if the iMovie has this feature, but I actually purchased a plugin for Final Cut Pro that helps me set my white balance accordingly. And so I would go into my Final Cut Pro X, I would drag the plugin into the video that I have shot. I will put the little teardrop on either the gray or the white that I put up against my face, and then it will just balance the color that way. And that's pretty much it. This is what your image will look like if it is too blue and you end up looking like a Smurf. I mean, this may work in like certain scenes and stuff, but if you're trying to do like a lip swatch video, a foundation swatch review, or what have you, this ain't gonna work because it's not gonna show you what the colors really look like. And again, what I would do is, of course, put something either gray or white right next to me, and then I can just fix that via post-production. I am dragging the white balance plugin onto the clip that I want white balanced. Once you drag your white balance plugin onto your clip, something's going to pop up to your right hand side that says white balance plugin. You're going to go to the section that says white selector. Once that is selected, there's going to be a pop-up that looks like a color wheel. Now right below the color wheel, you're going to see all different shades of gray. Underneath that white to black gradient, you're going to see a gray box. Next to that gray box, you're going to see a teardrop. You're going to click on that teardrop, and then you're going to go to your image and select whatever is white or gray, and that will adjust your white balance accordingly. And then of course you can set up your exposure and, you know, your brightness and your saturation in post-production as well. This is what I look like via auto white balance, and here I am in custom white balance. Just a slight difference. Not sure if you can see that. I mean, if your camera can get away with auto white balance, then definitely go for it. But me, I want to make sure my image is near perfection as possible. So that's why I do the custom white balance situation all up in the videos. Okay. Also, custom white balance works very well, especially if you're trying to film with a different background. Let's say if you're trying to film with a blue background. Sometimes it's really hard for the camera to pick up what is true, so it's going to make your colors look very weird. But if you do custom white balance, it's going to make it look very true to color. It's going to keep your skin tone brown. It's going to keep the blue background blue. So that is it for this video today. Hopefully you liked it and found it informative. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up. Hopefully I was thorough enough. If I wasn't, please ask me your questions in the comment section down below. I will do my best to answer them all. I will do my best, okay? And of course, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel because I make videos every couple of weeks. Not every couple of weeks, Jasmine. Also, remember to subscribe to my channel and turn on your notifications because I make videos every single week, twice a week. Alright, I want to thank you all so much for watching and supporting and subscribing to my channel, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace out.